Good afternoon, everybody. We come to the last session, the second before the last session for this day's webinar. So, okay. This is your session 7 of day 4. So, this time we will talk about the documentation and reporting specifics. So yesterday, Mr. Sid talked about the different forms that we are using for the monitoring and evaluation of the Ticket to Life project. So we have 3 kinds. One is the ones you only submit when you start the project. Second is annually. And third is the quarterly reports. If ever that you will submit to us the documentation for the projects, Kawarnas headquarters has all the forms and they can share it to you. Ms. Rama, who is running the Ticket to Life project for Gerakan Pramuka Indonesia, she and share with you the forms that we are using for the evaluation and monitoring. So in running the Ticket to Life project for about 10 years already, most of the unit leaders are having a difficulty in this aspect and completing the forms. So the most common questions that they ask us is, why report when the troops are running smoothly? So at your grassroots level, we can see usually the national coordinator shares to us that they are running the troops smoothly because you go to the kids every Saturday, you run the troop meetings every Saturday. So the troops are running smoothly. But even though you are running the troops smoothly, we need to complete the forms. So why? This is because of accountability and transparency. Accountability and transparency to where? First is transparency that we must provide information about our activities. Activities that the donor needs to know. We need to report accurately, completely, and the report should be made available timely. So that's why Mr. Sid said yesterday that we need to submit the reports not more than 4 months after the deadline because of our accountability to the donors who give money to us. Interpretation needed, or I can continue?
I will ask the participant ya. Cukup Kak penjelasannya atau saya harus jelaskan? Kalau oke, sini. Thumbs up.
It's fine. Just go on.
Lanjutkan ya. Oke, keren.
Go on.
Oke, please. Thank you Ajay.
Okay.
Continue.
Thank you. So next is, so why do we report? So because of transparency. And next is accountability. So since there are donors who gives us money, we are accountable to report to them. Organizations are transparent when they are enable others to see and understand on how do we operate in an honest way. So that's why we need to get your reports from the grassroots level, because we should be honest. As in our Scout law, honesty is one of them. So we need to be honest to our donors. So when you submit to us our report, what are we looking for? So when you submit the report, or when Ms. Rama submit her reports to us, so what do we really look into the reports? So that one will be tackled by Aaron. So Aaron?
Terima kasih Kak Ajay. Apa yang dilihat dicek dalam sebuah laporan? Apa yang dilihat atau dicek dalam sebuah laporan? What are we looking for in your reports? Next slide. kami mau lihat coherence. Yeah. So we want to see that your reports are linked with each other. Yeah. So, for example, we have the country plan, the troop plan, and the budget. As you can see here, I can annotate. So, as you can see here, with the arrow, the activity here is scouting orientation for the parents and guardians. This is from the country plan. So for the troop plan, you will see here that they need to also, the activity is also there. Yeah. Kegiatan ini di sana di troop plan. Yeah. Scouting orientation, introduced with guardians and scouts. Di dalam budget plan,
Ya, Aaron mau diterjemahkan?
kalian lihat juga parents orientation dan dokumentasi. Yeah. So coherence between the country plan, the troop plan, and the budget
Oke,
plan.
coherence tuh nyambung ya, kayak antara ketiganya. Jadi antara programnya di pasukan, program kegiatan pasukan, program keuangannya, laporan keuangannya, dan program dari country plan, dari yang sudah disampaikan oleh Kak Rohma ke KPR. Itu ya, Kak ya? Oke.
Ya. Terima kasih Kak Deden.
Yes.
And then you also need to upload it on your Facebook page, the pictures or the activities that you had with your scouts. Like, for example, here in APR Ticket to Life Nepal Scouts, they would post and have a short caption about what they did, what the activities they did. And for example, what we had, our example in the country plan, the troop plan, and the budget plan was about parents orientation, scouts orientation. So the picture should also be about the parents orientation, the scouting orientation. What we see in the report can also be seen in the Facebook page. Yeah. Ada Dan?
Ya, jadi ini adalah salah satu contohnya di mana dalam contohnya ini di-upload, diunggah dalam Facebook. Jadi salah satu contohnya yang memang mudah untuk diikuti adalah bagaimana partisipasi kakak-kakak nanti ketika menjadi para pembina Ticket to Life untuk terus-menerus menginformasikan kegiatan-kegiatan yang dilakukan di gugus depan. Dan ini salah satu contohnya untuk yang dari Nepal. Dan mereka sudah punya Facebook-nya gitu. Jadi nanti kalau Indonesia, nanti ada Ticket to Life Indonesia, Gerakan Pramuka Indonesia. Nah, grup ini yang mengampu tentang apa saja yang dilaporkan oleh kakak-kakak dari masing-masing provinsi maupun dari masing-masing gugus depan Ticket to Life. Back to Aaron.
Yeah. Terima kasih. So next is another example. So this is the country plan entry, Founders Day, Baden-Powell's Day, and Scouts Day celebration. So in the troop plan, you can see that there's also an entry. So, and for example, the details also, for example, the expected date is February and August. So in here, in the troop plan, you can see BP Day, then Pramuka's Day anniversary. So in the budget plan entry, you can also see the event, the BP Day celebration.
Ya, ini adalah contohnya. Ini sebenarnya sering kakak-kakak lakukan ya. Troop plan entry itu maksudnya adalah rencana kegiatan mingguan, bulanan, bahkan tahunan, di mana kakak-kakak tetap harus menyampaikan kapan waktunya, kemudian kegiatannya apa, kemudian siapa yang bertanggung jawab, latihan latihan selingannya apa gitu ya, untuk misalnya lagu-lagu apa yang akan disampaikan, kemudian siapa yang menyampaikan dan peralatan apa yang dibutuhkan. Ini biasanya kan dalam program gugus depan tuh ada program latihan mingguan maupun program latihan bulanan gitu ya kakak-kakak. Nah ini harus terkait gitu. Jadi kalau ada di dalam laporan gugus depan tentu nanti ini akan juga harus juga koheren atau sesuai dengan yang dilakukan di laporan country plan. Jadi laporan dari masing-masing negara. Dan ada budgetnya yang memang harus satu sama lain ada gitu, jangan sampai
there that the awareness on COVID-19 is there with 30 scouts, and reflected on the right hand side is the actual expense. On the left side, you can see the planned expense, and on the right side you have
dan kemudian apa yang tercantum dalam budgetnya. Jadi semua judul-judulnya ada. There is very clearly that you, Aaron, explained about the report that I cannot, I can make a detail because you have already made a details too. Back to Aaron.
Thank you. So again, when we want to see your scouts like a documentation, so you take pictures during the activity that you have reported in your quarterly reports and in your troop plans. So here's an example from TTL Philippines, wherein the meeting is about remembering Baden-Powell. So they are reminiscing memories of their previous scouting activities as well. And yeah, that's their session in the Philippines. Other than?
Yeah. Back to the picture. Please. Thank you. Nah, jadi kakak ini pentingnya gitu ya. Pentingnya kakak melaporkan dalam sosial media, di mana dengan mudah Aaron CS itu dapat mengecek semua apa yang kakak lakukan dalam berbagai kegiatan yang kakak lakukan di gugus depan Ticket to Live. Dan ini salah satu contohnya, pertemuannya enak sih, tempatnya adem kayaknya ya. Jadi dalam pertemuan ini mereka diundang, belum berseragam karena masih menggunakan scarf segala macam dalam latihan di gugus depannya. Nah ini coba dalam kerangka peringatan Baden-Powell, mereka bikin pertemuan ya cukup sederhana memang pertemuannya, dan ini juga memang dari anak-anak sendiri. Dan memang beginilah dengan pasukan Ticket to Live Project gitu. Jadi memang karena berasal dari berbagai macam, berpakaian seperti ini udah lebih luxurious buat mereka. Back to Aaron.
Thank you. So, mengingat, remember, once in a lifetime reports.
Ingatlah
ingatlah. Yeah. Once in a lifetime reports are to be submitted once an NSO applied for TTL. So you need to submit the once in a lifetime reports, like the country situation, and of course the initial plans for the year, country plan, troop plan, and budget plan for the year. Also the personal information sheets with the parental consent forms of the scout. So those are in the once in a lifetime reports, and then in the annual reports, you submit it every 15th of the December. This is for the next year. Yeah. And then for the quarterly reports, this is submitted every 10th of April, July, October, and January. These are the quarterly budget and the quarterly report. And if you submit your report 4 months after the deadline, the APR office is not liable to pay for the requested remittance. Ya, ada Dan?
Baik, jadi ada yang perlu kakak ingat bahwa ingat waktu-waktunya ya. Jadi mohon diingat bahwa yang pertama adalah kakak-kakak dapat menyerahkan laporan yang sekali gitu, yang pertama gitu ya, yang untuk disampaikan kepada Kuartir Nasional dan APR. Yang pertama adalah tadi ya, yang budgetnya. Kemudian itu yang kedua adalah tentang personal kayak parent consent gitu, parent consent izin orang tua, personal details dari masing-masing anak, kemudian izin orang tuanya, kemudian bagaimana situasi di masing-masing gugus depan, apakah kakak memilih gugus depan yang berpangkalan di misalnya lembaga pemasyarakatan anak misalnya di Lampung, atau misalnya kakak memilih di gugus depan tiket tulet yang berpangkalan di pondok bukan pondok ya, panti asuhan atau yang seperti itu. Kemudian misalnya kakak itu, jadi kakak harus menceritakan apa yang terjadi di masing-masing gugus depan tiket tulet. Yang itu yang pertama yang harus diserahkan. Yang kedua, back to the previous one, please. Oke. Yang kedua adalah bagaimana menyampaikan laporan rutin yang tahunan. Ini bisa disampaikan tahunan ya. Annual report itu tahunan, 1 tahun sekali. Ini disampaikan tanggal 15 Desember. Jangan lewat ya Kak ya. Itu dalam bahasa Inggris, kalau bisa diupayakan dalam bahasa Inggris sehingga ini bisa kami langsung forward kepada APR. Kemudian yang berikutnya quarterly report, ini laporan per 3 bulanan yang diharapkan disampaikan pada April, Juli, Oktober, dan Januari. Ingat, yang dilaporkan apa saja? Yang pertama adalah tentang program latihan di gugus depan kakak selama masa periode tertentu, seperti misalnya yang ini normal sih kakak pembina gugus depan, kan kakak memiliki kemampuan untuk membuat rencana program kerja per 3 bulanan, rencana program kerja tahunan, dan itu alat-alatnya apa saja. Nah ini kakak tinggal mensubmit, menyampaikan laporan kepada APR atau Kuarnas tentang apa yang sudah kakak lakukan selama program ini. Dan tadi yang merahnya gitu, ketika kakak menyampaikan laporan per 4 bulanan setelah masa waktunya, APR akan menyampaikan. Jadi yang utama adalah bagaimana kakak dengan tepat waktu menyelesaikan laporannya, dan pihak APR akan membantu kakak juga memudahkan untuk menyelesaikan bukan membayar lah, nggak enak juga ya, artinya mensupport kegiatan kakak-kakak yang periode berikutnya. Back to Aaron.
So this ends our presentation. Terima kasih banyak for listening, and hati-hati.
Oke, kakak, demikian Aaron sampaikan bahwa ini adalah sesi dari beliau berdua menjalin komunikasi bagaimana tiket to live project di tempat kakak. Mungkin demikian dari saya penjelasannya. Mudah-mudahan kakak-kakak dapat memahami. Bila ada pertanyaan, kami persilahkan kepada kakak-kakak. Nanti saya kembalikan dulu kepada Kak Rio Pipau. Silakan Kak Rio Pipau.
Terima kasih Kak Denti. Tepuk tangan untuk kakak, untuk Aaron dan juga RJ, luar biasa. Kita tepuk tangannya isyarat ya. Nggak tahu ini tepuk tangan. Oke. Baik, thank you RJ and Aaron. This is very nice presentation and helping by Deden to translating. Untuk kakak-kakak, untuk form masih dalam perjalanan proses penyelesaian oleh Kak Hairudin dan tim teknis. Kakak selanjutnya bagi yang ingin bertanya terkait masalah pelaporan. Nih, kita sering lupa ada sebuah istilah Kak. Makan enak, masak enak, tapi lupa cuci piring. Nah, cuci piring ini jangan sampai kita tidak lakukan. Cuci piring itu memberikan laporan, menyelesaikan laporan, dokumentasi, dan juga memastikan bahwa apa yang kita lakukan itu terdata, akuntabilitas. Nah, kakak, bagi yang ingin bertanya bagaimana ngisi form, contoh formnya bagaimana, dan segala macam, silakan diberikan waktu untuk bertanya. Saat ini baru satu yang mau bertanya dari Kak Agustiani Skuarda Sultra. Mungkin kita berikan Kak Agustiani waktu dulu untuk bertanya, dan kita akan lanjutkan kepada yang lain kalau ingin bertanya. Silakan Kak Agustiani.
Terima kasih Kak Rio atas kesempatannya. Saya kurang tahu apakah ini saya tidak salah kamar untuk pertanyaan yang akan saya tanyakan. Karena begini, yang pertama itu adalah kurikulum. Kalau biasa kan kalau kita mengajar itu ada kurikulum ketika memberikan materi kepada adik-adik binaan kita. Nah, itu yang pertama. Apakah ada kurikulum untuk pemberian materi ketika kita mengadakan aksi? Terus karena ini menyangkut dengan laporan nanti, itu kan saya sempat lihat tadi itu ada budget hal-hal apa, bahan-bahan apa yang ditanggung oleh pihak apa ini, saya kurang tahu namanya karena ini baru saya tahu tentang kegiatan ini terus terang. Jadi hubungannya antara kurikulum yang akan diberikan dengan bahan apa yang masuk dalam budget tanggungan dari pihak pihak apa ini namanya Kak yang memberikan dana itu.
Donatur dari APR, oke.
Iya.
Sponsor aja bilangnya.
Jadi Kak Agustian, saya dapat menyimpulkan bahwa kakak bertanya apa yang akan dilakukan selama latihan dengan kurikulumnya.
Iya.
Apa saja yang boleh dibelikan atau diadakan dari budget yang disiapkan atau fund yang disiapkan, begitu ya?
Iya, karena ini kan menyangkut ini Kak. Pada saat kita memberikan materi, mungkin kita membutuhkan bahan. Nah, itu kan tadi ada ya bahan, jadi itu supaya kita tidak kebablasan, nanti tidak sesuai dengan aturan yang dikeluarkan oleh pihak pendana. Ya,
terima kasih. Arjun and Aaron, do we need to waiting 3 of them to say the question and they can answer the question, or we need to replay one by one, answer one by one?
Karyo, we have 5.
I think it's better to ask.
Okay.
I think it's better to ask the question one by one, and we can answer it one by one.
Okay, so please can you translate it?
First question.
Okay, Arjay, the question from Agustiani Skuarda Sultra. First is asking the program that first there is about the program about what we call some of Indonesia has the schedule, but progressive scheme, SKU, SKK dan lain-lain, dan lain-lainnya bahasa Indonesia lagi. Okay, SKU ya, progressive scheme that they will learn about the progressive scheme that Indonesia has. If to run the progressive scheme, they need a tools like what kind of tools. There is a lot of tools that they will should like maybe rope, or they are, if they are want to practicing about the pioneering
Yeah.
and else. Uh, from the previous contents that I think Sid already present to them, that there only has some criteria, some how many, what type of fund that IPR can be give to the troops. So they need another explanation and details about what is the budget and the criteria of the budget. So that is the question.
Okay, maybe I can share to the screen. Wait, it's just opening the budget form. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
This is crucial, regarding budgeting and reporting. This is very crucial.
Yeah, and me and Aaron is the one answering everything. Can you see my screen already?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so this is like the proposed budget forms. For example, if we granted your project with $2,000 grant for the year, this on the left side is we call it ceiling, or the maximum amount that we can give to the project. For example, first is membership fee. As mentioned by Mr. Sid yesterday, some of our National Scout organizations pay for the membership fee. So we are the one paying for the membership fee of the Scouts under the Ticket to Life. Second is uniform. Okay. Third is camping and activities, which is we are saying on the other forms that you need to have a coherence between the activities, your country plan, your quarterly reports, and your troop plan. Next is transportation. Transportation to attend troop meetings. Some of the kids needs to have, for example, if they are living a bit far to where you are having your Saturday meetings. For example, we have street children kids that live not on that community but on another community, and they just go every Saturday on that community just to attend your troop meetings. So we allow that. But not all kids should be like you are transporting the kids from one community to another. We don't allow that. So that's why we are also saying that before we approve your project, we need to see the demographics, the country situation or the area situation of your projects. So next is snacks. So the biggest chunk of the budget goes to the snacks, because we cannot deny the fact that one of the attraction of joining the Ticket to Life project is we are giving free snacks every Saturday. Okay, so that is one of the attractions of the Ticket to Life project. We give, especially when we launch it for the street children, the attraction is we give free snacks on Saturdays. So that is one of the attractions of the project. Sorry. And then the other one is materials and supplies. So I think this is the question of Madam. So materials and supplies. So materials and supplies, we give it na tying rope, patrol flag, the compass, the stationaries that you're going to use every Saturdays, or other supplies for the troop activity. It's the call of the unit leader. What are you going to put in on your materials and supplies? Because it will depend on what activities are you going to provide every Saturday. So if you need the rope, then you can charge it on your materials and supply. You need the cloth to make the badge, to make the patrol flag, crayons, ball pens,
Yeah.
everything. So you charge it to the materials and supplies. So for the monitoring and reporting, it is like a budget for the unit leader. So the unit leader, or for example, if you are a teacher and you are not from that community, you need to go there every Saturday. So you charge your transportation to that level. Documentation, printing, scanning. If, for example, on the personal information forms that we are asking from you, you need to charge the printing of the paper. So we allow that. You need to develop the pictures for the scouts. And then you print the pictures and paste it on the paper that we are asking, the personal information forms. Yes, we allow that. Then communication, internet fee, if you, for example, after signing, completing the papers, you need to scan it and then send it to us, then we allow that. So everything is, we allow as long as it scopes on the monitoring and reporting. And then for the miscellaneous, as we discussed yesterday, for example, in your troop meeting, you need some medicine for the kid who is not feeling well on that day. So we allow that. We also allow, after the camp, you need to wash your tents. You need to clean it or something. So you need to buy soaps. You need to buy some detergents for it. Then we allow that.
Okay.
So that is how the composition of our budget. And
Oke, Kak Agustina cukup jelas atau saya harus terjemahkan lagi?
Sudah. Saya mau lanjut lagi pertanyaan masih menyangkut ini. Saya sudah mengerti.
Jangan dulu.
Enggak.
Oke, jangan dulu, kita kasih Karyo lagi ya, kesempatan
Oke.
buat teman-teman yang lain.
Ini cuma masih rangkaian, Kak. Rangkaian dari
Oh, masih rangkaian. Rangkaian
iya, masih
apa?
rangkaian. Pertanyaan yang ini tadi penjelasannya. Is it possible if I memungkinkan tidak kalau saya bisa saling menutupi pengeluaran yang ada. Yang artinya kalau material itu ternyata dia lebih banyak, tapi tidak sampai melebihi jumlah total dari 2.000 itu. Bisa nggak? Artinya untuk material mungkin tadinya kan 2,5 di sini. Bisa nggak umpamanya 300, terus nanti di snack dia kurang jadi 3,5. Memungkinkan tidak seperti itu?
Okay, next question is related with your explanation, Arjay, is an example that Kak Agustina made is like, for material, you only put 250 US dollar, but the troops need more. So can maybe for they will switch from snack to material or something, but they are still on the budget for 2,000.
Yes, we allow that. I am very giving. I allow everything as long as you will not go over the, for example, if we approve 2,000, so if you will not go over 2,000, it is also okay. For example, if Indonesia is also not paying for the membership fee of the kids, somebody pays for it. So that budget of $50, you can transfer it to another, for your camping and activities, for your transportation. So we allow that.
Okay, thank you.
As long as there's, the only rule is if you go beyond what we have approved. For example, if we approve 2,000 and you go beyond 2,000, so it means that the excess of that, the troop is paying for it. So we will only pay for the approved until $2,000 US.
Okay, thank you.
So this is also it depends on, for example, the unit leaders on how are you going to deal with the financial matters with your headquarters.
Ya.
Okay.
Jadi Kak Agustina, jadi apa yang disampaikan oleh Kak Agustina dalam bentuk budget ini akan disampaikan ke Kuarnas. Nanti Kuarnas akan menyampaikan ke KPR. Kalau sudah di-approve, itu nilainya dan apa perubahan-perubahannya itu yang dilakukan oleh kakak. Jadi tidak melebihi, masih berorientasi terhadap ajuan yang kakak ajukan kepada APR maupun kepada
Cukup,
Kuantas.
Kak.
Jelaskan.
Terima kasih.
Terima kasih Kak Deden, thank you RJ. And we continue to the next question. Oke, kita lanjut kepada penanya berikutnya, Kak Yulia Medan. Silakan Kak, short to the point Kak.
Ya, thank you Kak Rio, Kak Deden. Thank you Arjay and Aaron too. My question is very simple actually. So there are 3 types of plans, yeah, country plans, troop plans, and budget plan in the initial project. Who is responsible for all of them? And how do we manage it from the troops, from down to top? Like I represent Kuartir Cabang, yeah, the city, and above me there is a provincial office. And should it go to that steps, or we can go just directly to APR or Kak Rahma? How is it work?
It will depends on the arrangement of what you call council or city or something like that with the headquarters, because we are going to send all the money that you're going to get through the headquarters. So some of our troops are running like this. The unit leaders are directly communicating with the national coordinators. That is the setup that their national headquarters approve for them. So it will depends on the national headquarters of the GPI on how you will communicate. So most of our countries are the unit leader directly coordinates with the national coordinator, and then the national coordinators coordinate with us. So for example, if we are going to send the money, then it will go to the headquarters. The headquarters will forward the money to you. So for the liquidation of the expenses, it depends on the financial rules of your headquarters also. So if your headquarters requires you to submit the receipts or something like that, then you need to follow. So it will depend on the headquarters arrangement for the unit leaders of GPI.
Nice.
Nice.
Kak Yulia, translate ya? Enggak.
Yeah,
Nggak
yeah,
usah.
I can understand.
Oke, tadi dijelaskan. Ini
Tapi
takut
there will
Yulia
be-
yang ngerti maksudnya gitu.
Jadi, Kak Deden, Kak
Oke.
Rio,
Oke,
Kak
jadi
Rio.
yang
So there
yang dimaksud oleh Kak Arjay adalah bagaimana nanti mekanismenya oleh Kuartir Nasional Gerakan Pramuka, mekanisme pencairan, bagaimana mekanisme pengajuannya. Nah, nanti kalau ini nanti dari Kak Rohmah mungkin bisa dapat menjelaskan, atau Kak Saul, bagaimana mekanisme pencairannya dan lain-lain. Tapi untuk tahap awal sebaiknya kakak-kakak juga dalam proses pembentukan berdampinganlah dengan kuartirnya, jadi dengan kuartir cabangnya dan lain-lain, supaya nanti kakak-kakak dapat dukungan penuh dari mereka gitu. Kemudian kan nanti kan harus mencantumkan juga nomor rekeningnya ketika pencairan kemana dan lain-lain. Ini juga penting gitu untuk menjaga akuntabilitas kita. Kalau bisa mengatasnamakan misalnya nomor rekening baru dengan atas nama pasukan Ticket to Live kan lebih enak Kak jadinya. Jadi bisa langsung kita serah terimakan dengan nomor akun tersebut sehingga nggak muter-muter tuh uangnya. Biasanya kalau udah nyerahin ke satu tempat uangnya dipakai dulu gitu. Jujur ya gue ya. Jadi I must be love when I'm live. So jadi ketika ya itu tadi gitu mekanisme pencairan keuangannya itu kita diskusikan lebih lanjut ya kakak-kakak ya. Sepakat ya?
Ya, ini ada Kak Sid mau menambahkan, silakan Kak Sid.
Yeah, thank you, Rio. Thank you, RJ, for the answer. I think if I understand right, what Kak Deden is saying, that we use the structure, the mechanism of Gerakan Pramuka still, no? So from district to state or province, and then to national. However, this is why it is important that, for example, Yulia, you have a Ticket to Life troop, it is very important that you have a Facebook page, so that we don't have to go down through that system. We see you through Facebook direct, no? So your activities, we see you every week. We see you. You have for this Saturday or for this Friday, we see you doing nuts, and then next Friday we see you doing cooking. No? So we have a direct link to you regarding activities. But in terms of reporting and structure, we only communicate with Rukma, and then
dari Sultan, mohon maaf saya lupa. Saya bisa langsung ke pertanyaan berikutnya. Waktu sangat sedikit sekali. Silakan Kak Yeni.
Iya Kak, ada sedikit tambahannya yang berhubungan tapi Kak. Baik, terima kasih. Jadi yang ingin saya tanyakan, apakah setiap daerah